This is my Weber 22-inch Performer grill purchased on Facebook Marketplace 4 years ago for $100. There are many like it, but this one is mine. I did purchase new grill grates that has a removable centerpiece. The tool that I'm using here to remove that centerpiece came with the grill. I have not seen it for sale anywhere. It is very good whether that center grate is hot or cold to remove it. One of the things I do all the time is I use my old charcoal for my next cook just to light the fresh charcoal. One of the mistakes made here, the charcoal should have been placed to one side with a blank spot for the new charcoal, but it was a mistake. Granzines is one of the meat markets here in town that I do frequent to purchase meats for grilling. If you decide to go to Granzines to purchase this cut, you want to ask for hotel ribs. You may not see it in the case where all the other meats are located, so you might have to ask a manager if the person behind the case helping you does not know what hotel ribs are. But they will have them. You may just have to ask a manager. See the thickness of the cuts here? They're basically a beef short rib. They're always very well marbled, always has really good thickness to it. And these are just one of the desired cuts for me personally that I do like to work with. I'm cleaning them up here using an ugly stick fishing knife, very sharp, and has a really good point to get in there and remove unwanted pieces like silver skin or just pieces of fat that just I feel will not render down very well. For the seasoning, I'm using just a plain salt and pepper. I purchased this at my local HEB, and when I run out, I just use some coarse black pepper and some sea salt and just put it back in the same container, as this container has really nice holes that will give me a really good pour as I shake my seasoning onto the hotel ribs. Now I'm just using what's left on the paper to season the ends of the ribs, just dabbing to get all sides nice and seasoned. My coals are ready. I'm going to go ahead and pour those over top. They should have been poured to one end, but that was my mistake. But this grill with the right settings on the vents is very forgiving. Second mistake is you do want to add whatever liquid you're going to use before you add coals. When that metal gets hot and you pour liquid into it, it will sizzle and sometimes splash out. Ask me how I know, because I got a little taste of that hot liquid on my arm. Now I see that I've reached the desired temperature that I want to grill at, maybe even just a touch higher, but I'm going to adjust the vents over the course of the cook. Let's put those on, and I'm putting the thicker one closer to the fire itself and bone side down and going ahead and let those cook. What I will do throughout the cook is just come back once in a while and check the temps. I'm saving the paper because I will use that to light my coals the next time I cook. I'm at about 2 hours and 15 minutes. Just going to take a quick peek. Temperature is still rocking really good at about 255 or so, and let's take a look. I'm going to tip that down towards the heat. Let that render a little better. This one I'm just going to leave alone. Now once I did dump all those coals over those fresh coals, I still didn't get a temperature spike because I had the right vent setting. That's why I say this grill is very forgiving. Pull back on the bones, look good. Looks like it's got a nice bark on there. It's sticking very well, not peeling off. Let it go for about another 10 minutes and give it a temp reading. Just about 3 hours. Still looking really good. Let's go ahead and take a temp. Looks like we're right about 159. Same one, a little bit further towards the edge. About 159 there. Let's go to the other one. About 155. Same one, different spot. About 154. Roughly about 150 to 155 is my temp reading between those two hotel ribs. I'm going to let them go for about another 30 minutes, and then I'm going to probably go ahead and wrap. I'm just going to wrap in foil with a little bit of beef tallow. Now, when I go to Granzine's, every once in a while I will ask for just some trimmed fat, and they will give it to me. I'll bring it home and I will render it down myself, and that's what I'm using for the beef tallow on these ribs. Oh, that's hot. And wrapping up that temp, I'm just going to open up some more on top, and I'm opening some more on the bottom, and I'll come back in about 15 minutes and check it again. One of the things you may want to have if you're grilling at night is a headlight. I got this one as a 3-pack. It is very reliable. I bought it at Harbor Freight here in, where am I now these days? I am in New Braunfels, Texas. Highly recommended if the sun goes down or if you're cooking overnight for any reason. Having a good headlight is something that will keep you hands-free but able to see what you're doing. One other quick thing I wanted to say about the headlight that I have that is very good that you may want to try if you decide to get one. Adjustable. Mine has a little adjustment that will go down as an angle, so I don't have to bend my head down to see my grill. I can just adjust the angle of the light down to my grill while standing straight. And that is a decent, really good feature to have should you decide to get a headlight for grilling at night. If you're grilling overnight where you're doing a very long cook, or if you're grilling and it goes into the nighttime as it does in the wintertime. Here in South Texas, the wintertime is actually a more comfortable time to be grilling since the temperatures are pretty mild. And you can see right now I'm just about 195. I'm going to crank up my heat a little more since this is wrapped. I know it's not going to burn, and try to reach at least 200. Alright, these guys have been resting for about a half an hour. Let's give them a peek. Very good pullback on the bones. Very good moisture. Still feel the heat. And that is nice and squishy. It's still very hot. Yeah, that's good. Pulled right off. Okay. Tender is not going to make a difference if it doesn't taste good. It's a pretty big chunk there, but let's give it a taste. Mm. Mm. That's got really good flavor. Balanced saltiness with the fat. Everything is rendered just right. It's tender. Mm. Granzine's hotel ribs, slow smoke them. These were 5.5 hours and they came out great. I hope you try these. Mm. These are one of the better cuts in barbecue that you're ever going to get.